Hello, I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. It's brought to you by the Dolores County Broadcasting Network with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. That's the special district association responsible for bringing the area free to access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there's a news story or event information you'd like to share, contact us. It's 970-677-4119 by phone, or you can email dcbnnews@gmail.com. And if you're a business or organization or an individual, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Wednesday program for March 24th, 2021, DCTV Daily News. This past year of lockdowns and restrictions halted the wheels of justice, many will say, as trials were postponed, cases delayed due to the Project COVID concerns. The Durango Herald wrote that the system is now opening back up for business. They state while the COVID-19 pandemic has upended nearly every facet of daily life, one of the sectors most impacted has been the criminal justice system, which has resulted in a significant backlog of court trials. Quote, "It's going to be a problem," said 6th Judicial District Chief Judge Jeffrey Wilson. Colorado Chief Justice of the Supreme Court Nathan B. Coates on March 16, 2020, suspended all jury trials throughout the state. In La Plata County, it wasn't until late July before Wilson issued an administrative order to start jury trials again, taking into account COVID-19 protocols such as social distancing and mask wearing. The problem in restarting trials, Wilson said, was only one courtroom within the La Plata County Courthouse had enough space for all of the prosecutors, defense attorneys, defendants, victims, and jury members to pull off a trial. It took a lot of choreography, Wilson said. In just La Plata County, an estimated 115 trials are on the docket for the rest of the year, 67 in county court and 48 in district. Not all of those cases go to trial. Some reach plea agreements, others are dismissed. For the 3 La Plata County District Court judges, that would mean 16 trials each from now until December, on top of all the other requirements of the job with existing and new cases that pile up. It's daunting to look at the numbers, said Eric Hogue, 6th Judicial District Court Administrator. So what's to be done? For one, the COVID-19 cases leveling off, Wilson this week issued another administrative order that will restart trials. County court cases are expected to resume April 15th and district court cases April 26th. It's hard to say how many will actually go to trial, but they'll be available to do it, Wilson said. And if it's a problem, I can pull it back at any time if we feel it's appropriate. Cases that go to trial will be prioritized based on a number of factors. If and for how long a suspect has been in custody awaiting that trial, the nature and seriousness of the offense, and how old the case is, etc. Quote, "We have to pick our way through this," Hogue said. "We just have to do it. We don't have an alternative. This is work that has to be done." La Plata County is also looking towards the Colorado legislature for help, Hogue said. The state is looking to expand the senior judge, retired judge program, which would allow former judges to handle day-to-day tasks, freeing up sitting district court judges to take on more jury trials. Also, Hogue said that there's a push for more money to pay magistrate judges to take on some of the workload. Magistrate judges can't oversee trials, he said, but they can handle a lot of the back work to also free up district court judges. We're hopeful on both fronts, Hogue said. 6th Judicial District Attorney Christian Champagne said that the halt on jury trials also stopped a lot of the behind-the-scenes movement on cases as well, such as negotiating for plea agreements or trying to resolve a case without a trial. Even cases scheduled for trial are moving towards a resolution one way or another, he said. They don't all go to trial, but we just haven't had any movement or activity in our trial docket at all. As trials return, it's possible these internal workings will help move through the backlog of court cases. Since the pandemic stopped trials, Champagne said there has been more plea agreements from people looking to resolve their cases. As a result, the district attorney's office has been more open to working towards a resolution. Quote, "We are trying to be more reasonable with plea bargains so we can begin to clear up the backlog," he said. Our offers are maybe a little bit lower in an effort to keep cases moving and prevent it becoming so massive we can't deal with it. Champagne said his goal is to absorb the trial backlog and get back to the normal trial docket by the end of the year. But whether that time frame is attainable is up to a number of factors. Since the onset of the pandemic, measures have been put in place to reduce inmate populations at La Plata County Jail and also in Montezuma County. Prosecutors, Champagne said, are pursuing more diversion programs rather than holding people in custody as well. Here in the 22nd Judicial Court of Montezuma and Dolores County, court dates have been moving forward with a great deal of Zoom, remote video, and call-in measures being taken in place of in-person appearances. And now, let's take a look at the local weather how much snow might we actually finally get? Today, snow showers are likely, changing to scattered rain and snow showers, and then later on, a slight chance for rain showers in the evening. Mostly cloudy and a high of 42 with north-northeast winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming west in the afternoon. For today, the chance of precipitation sits around 60%. Total daytime snow accumulation of less than a half-inch possible. For tonight, we're looking for mostly cloudy skies and a low around 26. West-southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour, shifting to the south-southeast. For Thursday, a 50% chance for scattered rain and snow showers in the afternoon, mostly cloudy and a high near 42 degrees. Breezy with a south-southwest wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour, with gusts to 30 miles an hour. Still little or no snow accumulation is expected, and Thursday night snow showers are possibly mixed with rain, becoming all snow after 8 p.m. And a low around 28 on the night, breezy with a south wind 10 to 20 miles an hour, and the chance of precipitation is 80%, with new snow accumulation of 1 to 2 inches possible. For Thursday night, traveling may become difficult, so be sure to be careful and watch your information before you go. You can go to cotrip.org, which is the Colorado Roads website that's very interactive, and you can see how the roads are doing and if there are any blockages or conditions that you might want to avoid. Into Friday morning, we're looking for snow showers likely in the morning and before 2 p.m. Then a chance of rain and snow in the afternoon, mostly cloudy and a high near 40 degrees with south-southwest winds around 10 miles an hour. Again, Friday's chance for precipitation is about 60%. For Friday night, partly cloudy and a low around 24. Still looking like a nice weekend though, with Saturday sunny and a high near 48 degrees. Saturday night mostly clear and a low around 29, and into Sunday sunny and even warmer with a high near 56. Sunday night mostly clear with a low around 33. Heading into next week, Monday, again a sunny day with a high possibly near 59 degrees, with Monday night mostly clear and a low around 34. And now back to our news. Traffic is on the rise, and we live in an area with two main non-interstate arteries that are becoming an ever-increasing concern for safety in towns along Utah 191 and Colorado 491. The San Juan Record News reported on the situation in Bluff, writing that the main artery of Highway 191 traveling through Bluff was once again a topic of conversation at the Bluff Town Council. Mayor Ann Lepinen reported on conversations she had with the Utah Department of Transportation and local law enforcement for how to address the issue of speeding through the town. Lepinen reports that the town does not have the option to decrease the speed limit in town, but they are working with UDOT to change electronic signs in town. The council discussed possible options to increase enforcement of the speed limit in town, either through possible increased presence of San Juan County Sheriff's deputies or troopers with the Utah Highway Patrol. The problem with enforcement in town is local people are going to get tickets, said Council Member Brent Murray. So if we increase traffic enforcement, which we need to do, some people in town are going to get tickets. And I'd say probably not be happy with that, but they should obey the speed limits. Members of the public commenting on the meeting said that they would like to see several crosswalks in town. A recent UDOT study of the area concluded there are not significant numbers of pedestrians crossing the highway to warrant a pedestrian crosswalk or a school zone at the elementary school. The Main Street Planning Project is still looking at crosswalks as an option, even though the UDOT study did not recommend them after completing that recent study. Still, Town Council expressed concern about how busy the main road can get, especially on the west end of town. I just think with the curve there might right there before the bridge, the school, parents at KNC, the tourists, the gravel truck, other trucks, we can look forward to some carnage here one of these days, said Council Member Jim Sayers. I hope it's not sooner, but I just can't see it not happening the way things are going here. Council Member Luann Hook added that if the town does ask for more enforcement, that an emphasis on enforcement during the day on weekdays would be best. Council Member Linda Sosa added, some towns have a reputation for giving tickets, and once you get that reputation, you don't need as much enforcement. When you go up through Wellington, I always go the speed limit. While most council members seem to generally agree that increased enforcement is likely needed, some members expressed a sensitivity to not wanting an increase in profiling. Major Lepinen said that she would speak with a Utah Highway Patrol representative to ask more questions and invite a trooper back to council before officially asking for increased enforcement. The town council also discussed and voiced their opposition to a possible 4-lane highway through Bluff. San Juan County commissioners and other local leaders have had some preliminary discussions about asking UDOT to expand the highways in San Juan County to 4-lane roadways. Although the talks are in the early stages, the Bluff Town Council looked at how a 4-lane highway might impact that town. Using an estimated width of 100 feet for the roadway, Bluff resident Mary Gillum shared a map with the council showing how a roadway that wide could cut into existing buildings and parking spaces, as well as impact Cow Canyon. Here in Dove Creek, in the Dove Creek area, concerns for traffic speeding well beyond the signed limits has resulted in the Dolores County Sheriffs making more stops and citations in recent weeks. Today, Wednesday the 24th, CDOT will be virtually meeting with the County Council and interested parties to address various updates and concerns for the roadways. A follow-up story on that will be forthcoming. Reported in the Center Square, Governor Jared Polis signed 20 bills last week, including legislation that directs more funds towards wildfire mitigation efforts and a bill to provide more dollars to state parks. Some of the bills signed into law recently are part of the state's bipartisan stimulus plan, the governor said. Polis signed Senate Bill 21-112 during a live-streamed ceremony at Cherry Creek State Park on Sunday. The legislation moves $20 million from the state's general fund to be used by the Division of Parks and Wildlife for infrastructure projects at 12 state parks. That funding will mean, quote, major improvements to state parks, Polis said, which in turn will benefit the state's tourism economy. Polis also signed a pair of wildfire mitigation bills on Sunday. Senate Bill 21-054 transfers $13 million from the state's general fund to wildfire mitigation programs. Senate Bill 21-113 transfers $30.8 million in funds to the state's Firefighting Air Corps Fund for the purchase of a new Firehawk helicopter to combat wildfires. And as we're coming into spring and still are in a drought, wildfires are a big concern. Quote, we want to be better prepared to protect the resources that are so important to all of us, the governor said. Most of the other bills were signed administratively and related to appropriations for government departments. Polis on Friday signed Senate Bill 21-110, the Fund Safe Revitalization of Main Streets bill, which moves $30 million from the state's general fund to the Department of Transportation that will use the money to help, quote, revitalize main streets. Quote, this bill provides essential resources to help communities make improvements like expanding outdoor seating, adding new lighting, or making sidewalks more accessible, Polis said in a statement last Friday. Again, we hope to establish a better relationship with CDOT and Dove Creek and our surrounding growing business corridor and the county so that the local economy can be enhanced through the practices of signage and speeds and ensuring the safety of travelers and locals alike. And we'll let you know what happened from today's meeting, hopefully tomorrow. Today's High Canyon Country happenings. This Saturday, March 27th, there'll be a gathering for a free seed exchange at the main supply here in Dove Creek. Bring your seeds and identifications of what they are and trade with other gardening enthusiasts. This is all a free event just for you to share. Main Supply will also be offering seedlings for sale from their greenhouse very soon, and I've heard there might be a seedling exchange coming up too, where if you've started your plants inside or in a greenhouse and want to swap a few strains of tomatoes or whatever it is with someone else, so keep your eye out for that being announced hopefully in April. And also the DC Chamber will be at Main Supply with forms for Pick and Hoe vendor registration, as well as information on signing up for the Pick and Hoe royalty fundraising if anyone is interested in that. Kids are nominated by parents and or sponsors to raise money, and the top fundraisers are rewarded with the balance of the funds supporting Pick and Hoe activities. And of course, they're crowned kings and queens and dukes and duchesses. Again, if you want to volunteer or sign up, you can contact the DC Chamber. The email is manager@dovecreekchamber.com, or you can call 970-560-2856. And to catch this program online, visit our Facebook page. It's DCTV Daily News, or also on YouTube. Both you can follow or subscribe to easily and join in on the conversation. This is your local community TV station, so if you have something you'd like to share, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com, or call us at the station 970-677-4119. Thank you for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. If you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Be well and keep thinking for yourself.